Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope everybody is doing well. I don't know how many of you are going to show up, but I thought I would pop on and go live for, I don't know, however long people want to talk. I know this can be kind of a difficult time for many, and I just wanted to be here in case anybody just needed a friendly face, just wanted somebody to talk to for a little while. I am on StreamYard, which means that that I can bring somebody up if they want to be on screen with me. I brought in the majority of my Christmas presents I've received, and I just thought might be fun to share those with you. I've got a couple leftover cookies that I thought I would munch on. And hi, Amelia. Merry Christmas to you too. I've got, oh, that's right in my camera, but I've got my drink, some little cookies. I might even stop halfway through and go make myself some hot tea. But I just thought I'd be on here and just kind of keep you guys company for a little bit, or maybe you can keep me company for a little bit. So, how is your Christmas going so far, Amelia? I saw that Tony Lipsy from TL Yarn Crafts is got a video on right now too. It's a I can't remember. Hi, Brenda. How are you, sweetheart? Did y'all get a lot of wind and snow down there in your area? Hi, Jenny. Oh, it's so sweet to have you with me. Merry Christmas to you. I'm doing okay today. Yeah. It's just going to be a do nothing kind of a day. I thought maybe I would, like I said, I was going to come on here, and I'm hoping that y'all can keep me company. I can keep you company. I'm just going to be on here and do my thing. I've got a project I'll work on here in a little bit, and just thought I'd hang out and just talk, and you all can keep me company if you want. It's going to be very low key. Very low key. Okay, so let's get this out of the way. Camille, hi, Merry Christmas to you. So tell me, if you will, what is the temperature in your neck of the woods? I've got that it is 13 degrees here, and it feels like 4. 4. But I have not gone outside of my house or my trailer. I have not gone outside since, well, I haven't been outside since I got home from work Thursday night. I have just been inside. Haven't done a thing. Brenda, it is frigid down your way too, isn't it? Jenny, where in Tennessee are you? I need to, what I want to do is, I got to go grab a pen. I know Brenda's in North Central, right? That's pretty much right. 20 degrees and mostly sunny. I know. I am so grateful for for a roof over my head. Oh, Dover. Okay. You are only about 2.5 hours from me then. Let me go grab my pen. West Tennessee. Yeah, I guess it is more West Tennessee, right? Okay. And Jenny is, I need to put, I have my contacts on because my lights reflect and then I can't see. So I'm got my readers. Tammy, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Ursula, Merry Christmas. It's Christmas, right, Ursula? But it's like the middle of summer. Okay. Amelia's in the Bronx. 24. Camille, where you are, you're up there too in New York, right? Is everybody having a good Christmas? I brought all of my stuff. Merry Christmas, Lori. Lori, I have to tell you, I was up in your neck of the woods last weekend, and I totally had meant to reach out to you, and I completely, yes, please do, Ursula. I'm going to be here for the foreseeable future today. I just thought I would come on and keep everybody company. Y'all can keep me company on and off if you don't have anything else working. Northeast PA now. Oh, you did move. Okay. But Lori, I was up in Carmel. Indiana. I went to the Christkindl Markt. I loved it, but it was too cold. Mr. Happy said we'll go up a little bit earlier. Tammy, you're in Cleveland. I think I should know that, but I'm sorry. Merry Christmas to everybody. You're about to put in the turkey, Jenny says. I know, it was so beautiful. So let me show you what I got at the Christmas market. Okay, so I think I shared it on my video. I can't remember, but I'm going to share anyway again. So I got a couple of ornaments from Mr. Happy for Christmas, but I got this beautiful German hand glass blown ornament. Yes, I'm glad you were out of there now. Okay, so I got this glass blown ornament, and it's so cute. Is it not just the cutest little thing? And then, what, Brenda? Oh, no. Oh, that is terrible, Brenda. And in the freezing cold, you had to clean all that up. Oh, my gosh. I am so sorry. Yes, we do, Lori. Now, Lori, I am planning on going to the Southern Indiana Fiber Arts Festival again next year. So I think that's in October, if you want to plan on that. Oh, Jenny, those are so expensive. They are so expensive, but they're beautiful, right? So here's another glass blown ornament that I bought. It's a beautiful little copper bird. I remember my mom, we used to have these birds all over our tree. And, you know, I guess when all through the years, my mom has been trying to get me to take all of her Christmas ornaments, but I didn't want them. I mean, to me, they were like, well, whatever. But I don't even know where they are, if I've kept them, if she kept them. When I got rid of everything, I don't know. Oh, good. Merry Christmas to you too, Sylvia. Oh, God bless you too, sweetheart. But anyway, I don't know where they are, but I know my mom had ornaments like this. She had some ornaments like this. And if I got rid of them, I'm going to be so upset with myself for doing that, because this year I wanted to start my whole Christmas celebrations to be all about Germany. And if I would have known the value of these, I definitely wouldn't have gotten rid of them. Let's see here. Jenny says she wants one of the clocks. Yes. I know, Brenda. I think they are gorgeous too. And I have last year I bought like a box, or like a big one of those big things full of red and gold ornaments. And I have them on the tree too. I bought them last year and I thought, okay, I'll just throw them on. But now I'm regretting it. I just don't, I guess I put ornaments on it so that there will be stuff on it. But I think my tree looks so pretty without all, just with the special ornaments. So Mr. Happy got me this one, and this one here, it's so cute. But this is a series of little angels, Christmas ornaments, girls, that Awesome. Thank you so much, Ursula. So anyway, this one, they're all from different countries, and this one is Germany. Isn't that cool? So I guess her dress or her skirt, her apron or overlay, there you go, is supposed to be like German inspired. And then I also bought, now this I found at a little Christmas antique store. And I fell in love with this little girl. And she is an authentic, it still has the tag on, German Christmas ornament. And isn't she adorable? I just love her. And it's all of wood. And I just love it. It's just so pretty with her orange and red and purple. She just looks so bright and cheery. And she's got her purse here going out for a little shopping spree, I guess. And then, wait a minute. These two Mr. Happy got me. Look at this one. Is this not adorable? Chilly Willy. These are Hallmark. This is a Hallmark ornament. And look, Chilly Willy. They're all like penguins on a little ice patch. And then he got me this one. And this is Frosty. Frosty. But, okay, so get this, guys. This is Frosty. We all know Frosty, right? Well, get this. This little girl on his shoulder, I started crying when I read it. But the little girl's name is Karen, and that's my mom's name. And so this is going to be a special ornament for me. I think it's so cute. So what haven't I shown you? Oh, This, I made this one, guys. This is my hand-blown ornament. My boss took us to a glass blowing not factory, but place, and we blew our own ornaments, and this is one I made. Isn't that so cute? Well, it's not cute. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I told Mr. Happy it looks like a pool. You know, the shimmering of a pool. I just thought that was so neat. So neat. Anyway, those are the ornaments that we got. Let me see here all of the comments that. Okay, Sylvia. Merry Christmas. Yes. Lori, yeah, it is. It's not easy, but I told Mr. Happy, we were talking late last night, and we were talking about last Christmas. And last Christmas, okay, normally Christmas Eve, it's just me and Mr. Happy. And then I would go over to my parents' place for Christmas Day, for Christmas dinner, you know. And we'd spend several hours in the afternoon. So last year, though, we went over there on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And Mr. Happy got a little bit frustrated, asking me why. And I explained to him, I said, look, this is very likely going to be the last Christmas. So I'm going to spend every minute with her. And now looking back, of course, I'm glad we did, because indeed it was the last Christmas. So it's not as difficult, because I kind of knew it was coming, if you understand what I mean. Oh yeah, Ursula, it was so much. What made it fun is because we got to blow it, but the glass blower, he's the one that does all of them. He is the one that actually, like molded it and did that first poof of air to get it to look like a circle. And all we did was blow on a tube. That's all we did. Blow on a tube. Sabrina, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much. Ruby, Merry Christmas to you. You're welcome, Ruby. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Now, Sylvia, you asked how my mom was doing. My mom passed away 2 months ago. So it's been a process, hon. Oh, well, this is no talent, sweetheart. Brenda, this isn't talent. This is what you call, I chose the colors and I chose the design and I blew the thing when he told me to blow. Everything else is him. So anyway, let me see. Okay, I'll show you a couple of Mr. Happy got me some perfume that I had put on my wish list, and it's my favorite. So I got to put some on. It's called Amazing Grace. Pure Grace. Nude Rose, and I love it. It's from Philosophy. Smells, I mean, it's like a warm, like a very warm, comforting with a slight hint of roses. I love it. If you guys want to blow ornaments, I would suggest go look in your city or your town that you live in. Oh, thank you so much, Ursula, thank you so much, honey. I really, really appreciate that. But if you go to your go online and find glass blowing classes. There's classes that you can do, but there's also times where you can go in and observe. And then there's other times like this one, they had where you actually could blow your own ornament. And because of COVID and germs and all that kind of stuff, they might have some restrictions of what you can and can't do. But I remember when I lived in Pittsburgh, that they had a place. Merry Christmas, Carolyn. It's so great to see you here too. And the perfume is lovely, Sabrina. If you go to Amazon or QVC, that's where I learned about it first. It's called Pure Grace Nude Rose. But anyway, go to any of those places and just call and see if they have time set aside where, you're able to blow ornaments or participate, and you might be able. Now it was, it cost, I think, $25, I think, to do this, but it was an experience, you know what I mean? And for those of you that watched my last video, this Christmas was all about, for me anyway, and from here on out, it's about experiences, not so much the presents, if you know what I mean. So this represents an experience for me, the same as these will. Hey, Freaky! Merry Christmas to you. Oh, I've missed you so much. I hope you're doing well. And these represent Germany to me. So it was and the fact that I went to that Christkindlmarkt in huge earring. Yes, it was a huge earring. So anyway, these represent experiences for me. He also bought me a crochet book. This one here, Crochet Market Bags. This is Selena Baca. To tell you the truth, I forgot all about that. It was on my wish list, and I remember I put it on my wish list on Amazon over a year ago. And when I was in a bag mood, so now I'm looking through it, and I'm having to renew my interest in it before I start. And I'm looking at my stash of cotton yarn, which these would use, and I really don't have a good selection of cotton. So this book will probably have to wait to be used until I get probably until the spring or summer. Freaky. Okay, I need to get my glasses. I'm not as bad as I could be. I'm working on it now and then. Hope all are better. Okay. Well, is something specific going on, Freaky? I know this time of year sometimes is very difficult for people. And if you care to share, or if you don't care, that's understandable. So I also had on my wish list this. It's a Leuchtturm. It's a journaling book. Okay, Lori says, we have an art center here that offers classes where you create balloon grounds, or I always just forget about it. And yes, I get that. You know what I've started doing? Okay. This will help me talk about it a little bit. But again, I want experiences this year. Merry Christmas, Lorley. And one of the things that I want to it, like what you said, it's like you don't really, you forget, So what I'm doing is I like this coming week, I'm really going to focus on my next year. I mean, I'm talking all year, right? So I know I wanted to do the Christmas market again. I mean, it's a year away, but I want to make sure that I put it on my calendar. And then when I'm working on my layout for all of my months, I'll know, like, I'll give myself reminders, like back in maybe September, that I want to put aside some money for that trip. You see what I'm saying? And then, like, if say I wanted to, like Lori's, say I wanted to make another ornament, if I wanted to add an ornament to this starting of a collection, because Mr. Happy made one too. If I wanted to do that, I could, say if I wanted to make it in November, I would give myself a reminder back in, say, August or September to, set it up and then put it on my calendar so I wouldn't forget. Does that make sense? Oh, right. Yeah, you're right, Freaky. Yes, you are. You are certainly right. Thank you guys thank you so much for sharing just a little piece of your day with me. It is a little bit difficult, to tell you the truth, because there's stuff going on behind the scenes and in my noggin that I don't share with people. It's more difficult than I let on. I'm just being real. Okay. It is more difficult, but thank you for being here with me. So this is a huge book and it's completely blank, and I can use it for whatever I want to use it for. Now, I haven't determined what I'm going to use it for, because I have a calendar and I have a small one like this. But I don't know. I might like to use this because it's big and I can put lots of stuff in it. Your aunt's got. Do you live with your aunt, Frankie? Thank you so much, Brenda. I appreciate it. It's a new season in life that I'm just going to have to get used to. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. But you do what you need to do, Ursula. If you need to crochet, if you need to go make dinner, whatever it is, I totally get it. I just am so thankful that you all are here. Okay, so does anybody want to share with me, like, maybe something that crochet related, yarn related, that you maybe received for Christmas this year? Thank you so much, Ursula. That means a lot to me. I started seeing a grief counselor last week, and she's helping me work through a lot of stuff right now. Oh, you got Joann's gift cards. Cool. That is so cool. I have to admit, Joann's is not a place that I normally go, because a lot of people tell me about all the yarn that in my Joann's, they have hardly anything. Okay, I'm having a hard time reading. Um, Sabrina bought yourself some Hobie and crochet. Nice, nice. Okay, so you like crochet thread? I've got a couple, maybe 4 things of the number 10 crochet thread. If you want them, let me know. I put them somewhere. Hold on, I'll show you what I got. So, Sabrina, I've got this. It doesn't have the the band on it anymore, but I've got some J&P coats. And this is ecru. There's another, yeah, that's J&P coats as well, ecru. I've got some white South Made. And then I've got an Aunt Lydia's. This is 1,000 yards of natural. But I've also got some. Now these are just small balls. But if you want them, has some gold in it. This is a pinky mauve color, and there's some white. But if you want them, if you could you email me? I would appreciate that. If you could email me at Petra's Happy Place, that would be amazing. And I'll see what I can do about getting these out. I might ask for just a little bit for shipping, if that's okay. But let me. Oh, I'm getting behind. Hold on a minute. I haven't read all the comments. Okay. Okay. Oh, Ursula, that sounds wonderful. Jessica bought you some lovely beads. Make another shawl, put beads on it. I have, can you see right there? There's a little tray-like thing. Yep. And that has all beads on it. That all good intentions, of course. All good intentions of making something with beads. I made one thing with beads and I so enjoyed it, but of course it takes a little bit longer to finish. Freaky, your mom's been gone 7 years. Oh, wow. I am so sorry. Yeah, my Joann's doesn't have very much yarn. Yes, Lori, you know what? I just today listened to a oh, look. This is another thing that Mr. Happy got me. It's a amethyst. Isn't it pretty? It's so pretty. Yeah, what I listened to today, there was a pastor that I listened to, and he said that there's some tests that have shown that it takes between 18 to 24 months for you to start grieving. That blew my mind because, and it makes sense because sometimes I wonder if I'm really grieving, and my counselor said, yes, you are, but it's going to be a long while. Sabrina, you also bought some beads? Wow. Do you have a specific project in mind to use the beads? Haha, freaky. Did you see that? Ursula, Freaky's, you probably have already responded. I'm sorry. I think it's important to help with the grieving. Linda just laid her down. I know. Yeah. I will tell you guys this. I watch a lot of the videos and I can't even comment. I mean, it's just like on in the background. And I hope you guys know I love you. I do want to be here doing videos and doing lives and being active in the community, but it's some days I can't hardly think. In fact, one of my symptoms of grieving is a brain fog and a complete like my brain stops and like I could be mid-sentence and forget the next word. And I told my counselor, I said, it's more than a little disconcerting because my mom died of dementia. I said, is this the first stages of dementia? Because seriously, I don't want to have that same thing happen to me. Somebody got a book. Wait a minute. Pattern book mentioned in passing a month ago. It's amazing. I'm sorry, Lori. I did not understand that. Your comment, your AM got me a pattern book. Only mentioned. I'm sorry. I don't understand. Could you clarify that? Okay. Yeah, Carolyn. Oh my goodness. You know, I know it's difficult for so many people right now. And that's kind of why I wanted to be on, because I know for me it's difficult. But I know it's necessary for me to, be with others that can help me just keep me motivated to do other things. Was it better now? Yes, it is. Ursula, you were right earlier when you said, so many people, they might not be able to voice it all the time, but so then my brain went. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm sorry. My mind just went. Yeah, we all need each other. And sometimes, well, not sometimes, but many times I honestly believe that the Lord allows it so that we can be there for each other. Carolyn's making beautiful blankets. Yes, that sounds wonderful. And to find things that will benefit others, that's always nice, right? I am so glad to hear that, Freaky, that that you're dealing with it. That's wonderful. Right. Any stone is beautiful so long as it's not thrown at you. Yarn and fabric. I know how to teach myself losing. Yes, I understand. I understand, Sabrina. Excuse me. Lori, your son got you a pattern book. My son got me a pattern book I had only mentioned I would like in passing. Oh, that is so sweet. Isn't that wonderful when somebody just comes through and you're going, wow, did I even say that? Merry Christmas, Barbara. Merry Christmas. Sabrina, I'm so sorry. Well, I understand. I do understand about throwing yourself into volunteering. However, don't deprive yourself of the grieving process either, because if you completely like let it go, then when it does come on you, it could be devastating. Yes, just even if you're right, even if it is for just a little while. Absolutely. And you're right, Sabrina, it's so hard. Lorley, you're right. It is. It is. But it's not always easy. And sometimes we do need to deal with that inside, because so it won't come out on others, if you know what I mean. Good grief, Sabrina. That's enough. Enough loss, honey. Yes, you are so right. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but does it just seem like more stuff happens like at the end of the year to people that cause them to grieve? Oh, you're absolutely right, Brenda. Strength, got to know where your strength comes from. Absolutely. Is it Ganny or Ganny? Is it Ganny Joe? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Feel down this time. It just feels like yes, right. You are, Ursula, you are just on the ball. I can imagine, Sabrina. Yeah, Freaky, you're right. Got company. The weather was so bad the last few days. I know it has been. It really has been. Yes, that is almost sometimes our only consolation, isn't it, Sabrina? You are so right. We have to feel what we need to feel. Mm-hmm. Really? Oh, I would love to see your craft room when it's done. That sounds wonderful. Oh, thank you, Freaky. Thank you so much. Okay, so now I can have a cookie. I'm all caught up. So now I can have my cookie. So let me show you what I'm working on. Yes. Yeah, we need to remind ourselves, don't we? So instead of finding a project and then finding the yarn, the last couple projects I've done, I have the yarn, and so I found the projects to do with that amount of yarn. And I have a lot of this yarn. It is this Fireplace Comfort by Hobby Lobby, and I love this color. It's saying it's a 4, but it goes anywhere between a 3 and a 5. Temperature play. Oh, did you? Now wait a minute. So you made one. So you didn't make one this past year, right? Oh no, Sabrina, honey, really? Oh, good for you, Lori. So anyway, I have this one full, and I have 2 more on my shelf. Oh yes, I love those colors. They're so pretty together, right? And so let me show you what I'm making. I know I wanted something with a turtleneck, and I was going to make a poncho. So I started this, and now that I'm looking at it, there was something I would have done differently, but I'm not going to take it all out to do it. Merry Christmas, Crafty Heart. It's Hobby Lobby Yarn Bee. But look here. So I got this done. I'm going to do another round of the double crochet. I wanted this up above the on the arms. I wanted it nice and toasty. I wanted it really warm. And I got this nice turtleneck. Now I have enough. Thank you everybody. I do have enough yarn to make it solid. But what my plan is just to make it like just a big poncho, okay? So that when you hold your arms up, it'll come out like this. But what I'm thinking what I want to do is just seam it up on the bottom just a little bit, so it's like, you know, you can put your arms through it. So it's a poncho / Ruana, you know, that kind, not even Ruana, whatever. I don't know. What would you call it? So I'm done with the increases though. So now all I'm doing is just going around and around. And if you notice, let me see here. You can see the line, obviously, here. Oop, here. You can see the line, obviously, where a swancho. There you go. Thank you. Thank you, guys. So, Brenda, I didn't use a pattern. I just put it together, but I can tell you how I did it. I just did, I think it was a single crochet. No, well, I did a long piece like this, okay? And I went back row only, back and forth, back and forth. You can use a single crochet. You can use a half double crochet. And then when you have it long enough to fit around your neck, I did mine, I think 70 rows. Then you join it. And then on the end of each row, put a single crochet and start your rounds. Now, what I was trying to do, okay, let me go back to what I was saying here. First of all, you can see the line, and this is where I, you know, went up, you know, to the next round. But if I do it again, which I'm probably not, but if I were to do it again, I would just do a continuous round. And I just didn't do any corners. I just kept going, you know, like you would a hat. I don't know if you've made hats before, but you know how you just, like, what I did on this is like I would increase every 5. And then on the next one, I would do the same amount. And then the next round, I would increase every 6, then the same amount. Then every 7, and, you know, until, yeah, I would have done, had I thought of it back up here, I would have. But I didn't think of it until I actually saw how bad it looked. Where is it now? And I'm wondering, yeah, here it is. And I'm wondering if maybe, if I don't know if it will look better here or in the back. I don't know. But yeah, continuous round is what I would do next time. But it's too late for that. I'm not taking all this out. Yeah, and Sabrina, I'm going to say this, and I sincerely hope everybody understands what I mean by this. If you were to stay with a project and not have any other projects that you're working on, I could do this if I really tried. I could finish this in, well, because this takes so much time. I probably need 2 days to crank this out, but I could do it in 2 days. Some other things like some wearables might take 3 days if I just did that and nothing else. Okay. So I hope you don't, I hope you don't. Merry Christmas, Danny. Oh, I love you and miss you, sweetheart. But some people have all day or the majority of their day to devote to making a project. So Crystal is one of those people. You know, she loves to crochet and she does it in all of her free time. So anyway, don't compare yourself to her. You just do what you need to do. So anyway, I think I'm going to just continue probably this much more on the bottom. And because I think I have enough yarn. I think I'll just go until I run out of yarn. But this yarn, Fireplace Comfort, it is, there's 229 yards in each one. And it is 70% acrylic and 30 wool. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to make something really warm. This is going to be really warm. And I think that making, seaming it up a little bit is going to make it a little bit warmer, because then you won't have like a breeze coming through. Anyway, that's what I am working on. Oops. And I'll probably pick that up here in just a minute to work on it. But like I said, if I were to make another one, I would just do it in the round, so I wouldn't have any seams. It is very pretty, Sabrina. It is very pretty. And because it, like I said, even though it says a 4, it's more of a roving kind. And so it goes anywhere between a 3 and a 5. See, that's what it is, Sabrina. You probably crochet very fast. I know I crochet fast. People tell me I crochet fast. I don't think so, but so anyway, I do have one more skein of it, not of that color, but I thought I'd show you. This is another colorway. This colorway is called Lakeside Chronicles, but it is just all neutrals. Isn't that pretty? So you could wear that with grays, browns, blacks, tans. I mean, it has everything in it. So this is called Fireside Chronicles. They might not have this colorway anymore, or maybe it was just a dye lot because this was on clearance. But you could always, they have in Hobby Lobby, and next week, well, starting tomorrow, they have 30% off of all of their stuff. So all of their yarn. So yeah, picks them up. Now this normally is $9. Now since then, I don't know if this one, yeah, you might consider it tweed when it's worked up. But it has like a color, and then it has another color wrapped around it, kind of. See? So I guess this one has tan, like that camel color as the main color. And then it goes from light gray, bluish gray, all the way to black. Merry Christmas, Jeannie. So that is what I am going to be working on. So does Ursula asked earlier, is anybody planning on doing a temperature blanket next year? Is anybody planning a temperature blanket? Well, it doesn't have brown per se, but it will go with browns. How's that? Yeah, riding a bike while walking is not going to work. I am going to be challenging myself to do other things. One of the things I have planned is the where'd I put it? The fruit garden. I'm going to do the fruit garden. That is yeah, Sabrina, you got to pace yourself. You hear a cat. Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to do the fruit garden. That's going to be the biggest challenge I've got for the year. I'm going to try not to do a whole lot. I was going to be giving away a lot of my yarns. Okay. But then once I started doing this and I started rearranging my room and doing other stuff, I realized that I really like my yarn. So I am going to be making things with my yarn if I know that I just don't like it at all and I don't like working with it, which I don't know. I love working with most yarns. I'm going to try I'm not saying I'm going on a yarn ban. That's a dirty word. That's a dirty 3-letter word. Ban. So I've been doing some rearranging. Yeah, if you add another N on, yep. So right here to my immediate right, I have all my cotton and cotton blankets, or cotton. I saw blankets, Brenda just said, and I said it. All my cotton and cotton blends. Then back there against that wall, I have all my wool and wool blends. And then way over there by the door, I've got all of my acrylics. Now, what I did was on the very bottom of each little, shelving unit, I put all the scraps. So I have a lot of cotton scraps, and I had so much cotton scraps, I was able to divide it into number 1 and 2, yarns, and then number 3 and 4 yarns, the weight, as far as weight goes. And then I even have one that is more bamboo and bamboo blends. So what I'm thinking is all the scraps I'm going to keep. And if a project comes up, a scrappy type project, I might, work on something. Lori, you're gonna consider doing one, huh? I had started Mr. Happy's blanket last year. I got to the end of March and I just couldn't finish it. I'm bad. Yeah, a scarf would work out. But what I'm trying to, okay, let me go back again. So I've got my wools, and then I've got their scraps finished up. And I've got the scraps on the bottom. Again, I am so sorry. Merry Christmas, Dawn. I'm guys, I really am sorry if I get like this, I might have to just take a break here for a second and just kind of gather myself. But my thoughts don't always coordinate, and like I said, I get that brain fog. So I've got scrap yarn for all different kinds of fibers. And my goal is I have my go-to kinds of stitches that I use, but on my scrap things, I don't know if I want to do something that shows off different stitches, different kinds of stitches. Maybe I'll do like an all Tunisian kind of blanket, or a scrap project. Simplify. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord have mercy. Yeah, simplify. That's another bad word in my house. Thank you for letting me eat my cookies. Barbara, you have a wonderful rest of your day, sweetheart. Bye, honey. I would show you what I'm working on, but I don't even have a clue. My room is kind of a mess. Yeah. If anybody wants to pop up, let me know and I'll send you an invite. With a gift. Oh my goodness. Okay. Sabrina, you got some great ideas, honey. Great ideas. Let me think if there's anything else I want to talk about. Okay, so I've got a question. Yeah, make it all. It's called fear of missing out. um, so I've got a question. What is something that you would like to learn next year? Or is there anything that you would like to learn in 2023? Is there going to be, is it a new stitch? Is it a new pattern? Is it how to do amigurumi, making wearables? Sabrina, I love that. I love that. I'm going to try. I'm not going to put the pressure on myself to do that, but without operations, oh my. Do you have to wear glasses, Freaky? I would like to teach myself to knit too, but it's difficult. I'm finding it very difficult because, first of all, for those of you that don't know, there's two different ways to knit. Ursula, are you still there? If you're still there, you know how to knit too, right? But there's two ways to knit. There is a English knitting, and then there's continental knitting. So, so basically, if you'll think about it, continental means like it was in the continent, the main land of Europe, and then English knitting is like the British Isles. So, oh, okay, wait a minute. I want to do totally different, maybe try knitting again. Oh, Dawn, very good. I love Tunisian. You do English knitting, not continental. Aha. Oh, Sabrina, that would sound awesome. You could line your, if you're doing sewing, you could line your garments. That would really elevate it, wouldn't it? I continental knit. That's the way I want to learn. And I have been watching several knitting, learn how to knit for continental and how to learn to knit crochet, from going from crochet to knitting. And it's not easy when all you've ever done is crochet and you hold your yarn. The way I tension my yarn is I hold my yarn here in my 3 fingers when I'm crocheting, and I've got my hand like this. Well, I'm finding that in order to continental knit the way everybody else continental knits, I can't do that. And I can't break myself of that habit. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do because most people will Merry Christmas, Kaylin. But is it Kathy? Is it Kathy or is it Kaylin? You were taught English knitting. Yeah. Throwing method works. But see, and I'm thinking, Dawn, that I know continental knitting. I've done continental knitting when my mom showed me, but I cannot I cannot break, like I said, I cannot break myself from the habit of holding my yarn, or holding my yarn, that it runs in the middle of my fingers like this. And that is not the way. I mean, I can use these. Kaylin. Okay. Gotcha. All right, Kaylin. Now I can, if I worked hard enough, I could probably use these 3 fingers for knitting, but these 2 fingers are still going to be doing my tension right here instead of wrapping it around this finger. And I don't know. I guess everybody has their preferences. Yeah, Continental is quicker. Yeah, the yarn placement. Yeah. So anyway, that is what I have to figure out the why. Okay. My thing is that why do I want to knit? I have to figure that out. If I can figure out the why I want to knit, I can try to wrap I'm a very, even though I'm very creative, at the same time, I'm also very analytical. And I'm sorry, my necklaces are all kind of jacked up here. So hold on just a minute. I'm very analytical. And if I can't figure out the mechanics of something, I don't want to do it. Yeah, you're right, Brenda. That's what I'm thinking. If I can do, I do Tunisian, and I love Tunisian. So if I could do Tunisian and figure out how to do all the things using Tunisian, I would not even worry about knitting. But I don't know. I don't know if you can do everything, if they're interchangeable, basically. Really? Did you have a pattern, Brenda? Really, Denny, you hold your yarn like that? Well, I need to watch a video with you how you do that, because everything I'm seeing has you holding your hand flat and your finger up like this and using the tension, and it's just too really weird. Yes, Dawn, that would be so nice. Hi, back. Cables, which is a great. Yes. Well, okay. Well, Ursula, let me ask you this. I mean, the cables, isn't that basic? I mean, not basically the same, but can't you crochet cables? Does it look the same? And lace knitting, I mean, you can crochet lace, right? Ah ha ha, freaky. Okay, what do you mean you just did squares? So you just Tunisian crochet, knit stitch a square for the front and one for the back? Is that what you're saying that you did, Brenda? I'll stick to holding my yarn the way it works for me. Yeah, I mean, that's what I want to do, but I just, when I'm watching them do it, I'm having a hard time doing the stitches with the right tension. Oh, and you pencil hold, Sabrina. That is see, that's different for me. I knife hold. And so that works best, when you're hey Reggie, Merry Christmas. Oh, thank you for stopping in to wish me a Merry Christmas and everybody here. For the first time, I'll say this. If you know how to knit cables, you'll probably not enjoy crocheting cables. Oh my, now you're really confusing me. Now I don't know, Ursula. Now I'm even more confused. Knife hold as well. Yeah, well, see, if you knife hold your crochet hook, right? You're also, that's how you hold your knitting needle. Or don't, isn't that how you hold your knitting needle? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, now I'm just, yeah, I don't know. Yep. Freaky. Yep. Put that yarn in there. Oh, by the way, Merry Christmas, Dory. How are you? Merry Christmas. There was oh man, now I can't remember what her name was. But she was teaching how to knit for crocheters. And what she did was this was so cool. She had her, in her left hand where you have the working yarn, she had, her stitches on her needle, but then she took a hook to show how you would work your needle if you were using a needle, but she used a crochet hook to get you to understand what your needle was doing. Oh, it was so good. And I'm like, whoa, that makes perfect sense. I just give my opinion as someone who is good at knitting cables to crochet cables, totally different. Get used to it. But it did not enjoy it that much, but I did it. So did you, Ursula, did you did you knit first and then learn to crochet? Merry Christmas, Trudy. That's what it sounds like you did. It sounds like you learned to knit and then I have 2 South Africans in my chat right now. How cool is that? I would say that I had a German, but she doesn't live in Germany anymore. Reggie doesn't live in Germany anymore. She lives in Israel, I think. Right? Been knitting cables for years. I love it. Mm-hmm. Ursula, do you have any books by Bonnie Barker? Now, I actually Crystal from Bag a Day has a video on crocheting cables. She did a cable, I think it was for a sweater, and that is the first time I understood the mechanics, if you will, like where you need to place everything. Bonnie is you're right, Brandon. Bonnie is an amazing teacher. But sometimes I see, again, I'm a thinker. I'm analytical. I have to know why you're putting it here instead of it here, and then how is it supposed to go? And you know what I'm saying? I have to know why. See, and that's the thing. Ursula, I started the 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 Celtic cable throw. I started it and I only got to a certain point, and I was like, my brain couldn't handle the next thing. I couldn't figure it out. And so I just scrapped it and decided to make it a pillow. But it's beautiful. I love it. Knitting cables is done from the bottom up. Crocheting cables is from the left side to the right side. Oh, you mean like from the back side to the front side, right? The right. That's how my mom used to say it. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. So is it true that in knitting, the cables are still only on one side though, right? The knitted cables are on one side, and then the back side is plain, just like crochet, right? Mock cable. A mock cable. What's a mock? Oh, don't even try to describe it on here. Doesn't feel like the real thing. You don't think so? You don't think it looks like the same? This doesn't look real? Because to me, it looks like they're going like that because you're going in front of and behind other stitches. I think it depends on what kind of cables you're doing, right? Because isn't there different kinds of cables? I'm talking, there's no 3D or relief to the fabric. Oh, interesting. I would grab my books. My books are all packed up in boxes. Doggone it. Have we thrown a whole bunch of people off by talking about knitting or cables? I love and I don't even know what I've done with that. Crochet cables is literally from your left to your right. Had a single crochet background. Well, it looks like cables on the front. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that takes a whole different way of thinking, Ursula. Trudy, do you knit too? Oh my goodness. Yeah, see, I got to get on the bandwagon, but then again, I wonder if am I wanting to get on the bandwagon just to say that I can knit, or do I really want to learn how to knit? I mean, because I've been a crocheter all my life, I mean, I know kind of what knitting is, but having the two needles and trying to work them together and having the different things and knitting the front is beautiful cables. The back looks like garter knit stitch, unless you use a knit stitch and not stocking knit stitch. Okay, you've lost me. You're talking Greek. Ursula, are you in a position where you want to come up with me? I'm going to go ahead and put the link. I'm going to go ahead and put the link here. If anybody wants to pop up, feel free. Okay, Marley Bird does a Buy Crafty boot camp. It's for knitters to learn to crochet and crocheters to learn how to knit. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, I like what I would like to do is make a sweater, like a pullover sweater. with knitting because it's not, I can make it with number one fingering weight yarn, so that it'll be lightweight, but it could still be warm. Does that make sense? Don't shake the pop too much. I know, right? At least I don't have anything left in it. Just really little bit. You're in your PJs? Well, that's okay. I don't care. I don't care. I'll go put my PJs on if it makes you feel better. Yeah, I see all these, samples when I go to a um, these yarn stores or the fiber festivals and everything like that. And I just am in such awe. But I'm thinking, man, how long would it take to make that? uh, oh, right. Well, I would like to be able to wear, I like it in theory, but I don't know. Yes, it's Christmas. It's Christmas Day. Okay, here's a good question. I'd love to know. Do you guys celebrate Christmas on like in exchanging gifts? Okay. Do you do your major celebrating Christmas Eve night or Christmas Day? I would love to know. Now, I know German tradition, we celebrate Christmas Eve. We do all of our big stuff Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day usually is spent enjoying the gifts that you got, on Christmas Eve, and having a big dinner and things like that. I mean, to have both. That would be kind of cool, Dory, right? Knitting a blanket and only work on it on weekends. When it's done, I'll give it a border and crochet. That sounds beautiful. Yes, that does sound beautiful. We do it Christmas, Ursula. Yeah, I think a lot of Europeans, and I count South African as kind of you're kind of European, doing it on Christmas Eve. I'd gift to people, but never seem to have enough money. We used to open just one gift the night before. Okay. I'll come to your house for Christmas breakfast. Oh, that sounds lovely, Brenda. Carolyn, on Christmas Day, you love seeing the kids open the presents. Yeah, yeah. Our growing up, I have such fond memories of when I was a child. Mom and Dad, I mean, Christmas Eve was like the best day of the year. It was just so much fun. And even if it was just the four of us. But what we would do is we would have lunch, and we would always go to Christmas Eve service on Christmas Eve. And so we would have lunch, and then shortly after that, we would, Merry Christmas, Angela. Did you change the name of your channel? No, you didn't change. You're different, Angela, aren't you? So we would, Mom and Dad, when we were younger still, we would have to take a nap. Okay. So we would take a nap, and while we were napping, now, of course, they told us differently, but that was when Mom and Dad would take all of the gifts and put them underneath the tree and make sure everything was ready. And then we would have coffee time. Now, in many countries, they had like coffee or tea or something like that mid-afternoon. And we did that. We would have coffee where mom would have special cookies or a little cake or something like that that she prepared. And she would we would sit around and we'd gawk at the tree, and the presents underneath the tree. And then after we did that, had coffee, we were allowed to go get our stockings. And we never had a fireplace, so they were just hung up on the wall. But we would go get our stockings, and we could get, what was in them. And usually it was something very simple, like fruit, nuts, maybe a pack of gum, or some little lifesavers or something like that. Something very small, maybe a chapstick. And then we would have to go into our rooms and get ready for church, because then we would go to candlelight service. And when we came home from the candlelight service, we would sit around the tree in our pretty garb, because we didn't change. We just stayed in our pretty outfits, Christmas outfits. And then we would sing some Christmas carols. And my brother and I, we would just sitting there, pins and needles, wanting to open presents. And of course, Dad would read the Christmas story from the Bible, and then we'd sing some more. He was determined we were going to sing and each one of us had to pick a favorite Christmas carol that we would sing. And then we would sing them. My brother and I always picked the shortest ones. We would pick the shortest, because sometimes Dad would say, okay, you guys know the second verse, so we have to sing the second verse too. And then we could open up our presents. And we usually did not stay up too awfully late. We would still go to bed fairly early. And then in the morning, my brother and I would get up early anyway, and then we get to play with our things. So let's see what everybody else says. Okay. Let's see here. Ursula they do Christmas Eve. Brenda, Christmas Eve. I read that. And Carolyn says Christmas Day. I open the gifts when I get them. Sometimes Christmas Eve, sometimes Christmas Day, Denny says. Dory says Christmas, the day after Santa comes. How fun. Dawn says usually new PJs and a small gift the night before. That I like that too. Yep, I do like that. Brenda says, have you ever eaten chocolate gravy on biscuits? No, I have not. Mr. Happy has. He's from Tennessee. He's done that. He asked me that several times. No, I have not. Let's see here. Freaky says, I like watching kids open gifts, but not so much the squealing sounds from the excitement. I hear you. Usually Christmas Eve, but this year Christmas Day, as we went to my daughter-in-law's and my youngest daughter in Germany and her son in Kenya. Oh, yeah. Sometimes you just got to work around their schedule, right? Lori, when we exchange gifts and celebrate with food varies from year to year and group to group. My kids say our tradition is not having traditions. Yeah. Freaky, my mother would get me to help wrap gifts. One year she had me wrap my own gifts. What a shock. That's too funny. Great memory. Yes. I don't wrap gifts anymore. I do gift bags. Yeah, right. That's so much easier. Well, like I told Mr. Happy, because he had several things, and I said, just put them all in a bag. I don't care, instead of individually wrapping them. So what he did is he took um, uh, paper. No, what's that filmy? Hold on. The stuffing paper. I don't remember, but he took some of that. He bought some red and kind of like flipped it and tied it with a green piece of yarn and then stuck everything in one bag. That'll work. That'll work. Um, uh, gift bags are much easier. Yes. Tissue paper. Yes, tissue paper. That's what I was trying to say. Thank you, everybody, for sharing. That was fun. Let's see here. All right, next question. Do you have a favorite Christmas carol or favorite Christmas song? Why don't you share that? Sounds like me when I run out of English. So glad it doesn't only happen to me. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm gonna start saying. Well, for me, it's more. I don't know if you heard me say earlier, Ursula, that sometimes my brain is not working very well, and my counselor was telling me that sometimes it'll just run out. I mean, like your brain gets a glitch and you just can't think of the next word. The song, "Oh Come All Ye Faithful." Oh, I love that song, Denny. Yes. Don't Get Overplayed. Yeah. I love all the songs that Boney M sing. Just to play their album is, oh, that's nice. I don't know who Boney M is. I don't know who that is. Thank you so much, Ursula. My mom was a nurse and my extended family was in Wisconsin. So between her work schedule and the crazy northern weather, it was best not to get too wrapped up in the date or what happens. That's a great way to think about it. Because it's not so much in the things, right? It's the memories that we're sharing. Oh, Brenda, I love that song too. I like the original one though. I do really like that. Yes, Trudy, I think you're right. Little Drummer Boy with David Bowie and Bing Crosby. Oh, I love Bing Crosby. Any of the Christmas songs that Bing Crosby sings, I think is amazing. Mary's Boy Child and an older song. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting, Denny. Thank you. Oh, really? I guess I will. The best Drummer Boy edition that I've ever heard is from the group called King and Country. They're from Australia, and they have the best Little Drummer Boy. Lori says her favorite Christmas song, "Carol of the Bells." Oh, I like that. Yes, mine used to be "Silent Night," but I think my favorite has become "Oh Holy Night." I love that one. Oh wow, Kaylin, I'd have to. I will definitely have to look that one up now. Okay, I got my pen. I will write it down. I'll write it down right now, on a piece of paper. Aren't they great? For King and Country is amazing. Have you heard their Drummer Boy? Ah, Denny, right? I played it for my boss because I know he likes that kind of stuff, but I don't think he appreciated it. I said, "You want to hear the Little Drummer Boy?" And then I played it. He goes, "What was that?" It is awesome. Yeah, it is very neat. Okay. Wow, there's a variety of different Christmas songs going on here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'll have to definitely listen, find that one. I used to get a new CD every year. A different group or artist, um, and I haven't done that in a long time. I guess probably because I just don't listen to CDs anymore. I used to, I mean, before I got married to Mr. Happy, I lived for my music, and Mr. Happy doesn't share the same um, tastes in music. We have very different tastes in music, and so instead of having arguments about who's going to listen to what, we just let it go. And I don't listen to my music, and he doesn't listen to his, and it's very sad. Um, Jingle Bell Rock. That's kind of fun. I love that song. Yeah, that's a fun song to listen to in the different varieties. They got different ones. Yeah, isn't that funny, Ursula, how that happens? I'm serious. I used to sing all the time. I used to sing in my church choir. I haven't sung at church in years. I just don't do it anymore. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Kind of weird. Earbuds. Well, yeah, that's true. But the whole thing about, you know what? My new phone, honest to goodness, my new phone doesn't have an earphone jack. And so that was one of the down things about my phone. But yeah. Oh well, that happens. Yeah, I need to find my MP3 player. I have a small MP3 player, old thing. But it still works, right? So maybe I should find it and load it up. I don't even remember how to do all that stuff. I'm going to have to ask him to do all that stuff for me so I can listen to my own music. Okay, Kaylin, wait a second. What did you say? 3 used Christmas CDs that were John Harry Connick Jr. Yes, Kara. The very first. Okay, so every year, my boss does something for his employees, and for the first 6 years that I worked for him, it was me and my coworker Donna, and we did all kinds of fun stuff for Christmas. Okay, so the first year he took us to go see Harry Connick Jr. in concert. That was our very first, and then to show what it was, the concert wasn't until like a couple days after Christmas, and so for Christmas he got us each like this a box about this big, and in the box it had a CD by Harry Connick Jr. and it had our ticket. And so when my coworker and I opened it up, we get to go see Harry Connick Jr. And it was so amazing. And one year we saw the Russian Ballet's Nutcracker. One year we went to go see Trans-Siberian Orchestra. One time we went to go see Cirque du Soleil or something. It was something like Cirque du Soleil. One year we went to see Handel's Messiah. And one year we went to go see Mannheim Steamroller. I wanted to go see Mannheim Steamroller so bad. So I finally got to see him. Oh, I love them. Everybody else likes Trans-Siberian Orchestra, TSO, but I like Mannheim Steamroller so much better. And so, but every year we've done something, and then he always takes us to a really nice place to eat, and it's just a wonderful time. And this year was the first year that we actually did something again. That's where we went out to dinner after we went to blow those ornaments, and that's what he did for us. I thought that was really nice. Got to listen, I like to read, singing choir. He listens to radio occasionally. He does not read. Oh wow! Oh, Ursula, I hear you. I hear you, girl. I do. Yeah. I mean, what was funny is I was just last night talking. I was talking to my husband about reading. That is one of the things that really drew us together to begin with. But now it's like, it's almost excruciating to read. And I know that, I mean, it's not excruciating. Okay, put it this way. When I'm reading, I want to be doing something with my hands while I'm reading. I can't listen to an audiobook because I need visual. So I need to have, if I listen to an audiobook, I have to be having the regular book in front of me to be able to catch all the details. But for some reason, I just can't read anymore. I mean, it's like I need to be doing something. I need something more active. And so I would rather watch dumb TV instead than read. And I've never been that way before. I've always wanted to read, and I've got all these wonderful books that I just haven't read because it's like, I want to hurry up and get done so I can watch TV. I mean, that's just really stupid. I know, but it's like, I feel like I'm wasting time. Bye, Dory. You have a wonderful day and have a wonderful rest of your Christmas. Oh, yeah. I mean, Denny, they both have they're both good in some ways, but to me, TSO is too like loud and like almost obnoxious loud. I mean, I'd rather have Mannheim Steamroller. It's more relaxed. It's more fun to me anyway. I just know. Yeah, maybe if I did that, Ursula, maybe if I listened to instrumental music, it would be. I'm glad you're back, Freaky. If I did that, it would help. Yeah, yeah. Can't read and listen to something anymore. Still listen to radio when I can't know. She could crochet and read, right? I know, Ursula. That's what I mean, though. I would do that if I could concentrate on the book, but I can't concentrate on a story. I can't follow all of the words and everything. I am not an auditory person. I'm more of a visual person. So everything has to come in through my eyes. Brenda, you have a very blessed day, sweetheart. Thank you for sharing part of your Christmas with me. Oh, yeah, I have, Ursula, I don't know about you. I think do you just use readers when you read? For me, I have to wear glasses. Well, right now I've got my contacts in because the glare of the lights. But yeah, you might have to go to bifocals, honey. They're not bad. They're not bad. Honestly, I've been wearing them for like over 10 years now. Okay, I can listen to an audiobook while I craft, but can't read at the same time. It's just odd. Yes, you're right. Oh. Do you wear them most of the time? Are you able to use them? Because see, I have the bifocals and that's all I use. I don't have two separate pairs of glasses. Yes, they're called progressive lenses. Progressive lenses. Yeah, I should know this. I should know this, Freaky, because I work for an optometrist and I work with opticians all the time. So who all's still here? Let's get where's everybody from? Okay, tell me where you are right now. Have to go finish crocheting some hats. Okay, Dawn, thank you so much for spending part of your Christmas with me. Bye-bye. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I have readers for reading at night, specifically bifocals for the daytime. I wear that the whole day. Okay, Massachusetts in the house. Yay, yay. Did you guys get hammered with snow, Denny, or did you just get a lot of wind and cold? Cape Town. Still here. Trudy says, you're still here. Indianapolis. Lori, I'm getting sick to my stomach thinking I was right there and I could have called you or something. Carolyn, Sacramento, California. In the house. Freaky. Summer sounds amazing right now. No, not to me. I mean, I don't like this frigid cold. Like I said earlier, I haven't been outside since Thursday because I'm not going outside. And Amelia's in the Bronx. Trudy's another Cape Town. How far away do you guys live from each other, Trudy and Ursula? We got hammered with the cold. Yeah. Hi, Dee. Howdy. Merry Christmas. Yeah, let's see here. What's the temperature here? I mentioned it earlier. It's let's see here. It's 20 degrees and it feels like 8. Only 15 minutes? Do you guys get together? Oh, that'd be so cool if you guys were able to get together a lot. How cool. I had a feeling that's what you meant, Amelia. That's cute. Well, I'm going to grab my project. If you guys need to go, if you want to stay and hang out, you tell me what you want to talk about. I'm going to work on my my project. We get together every so often. That's nice. Okay. All right. I won't beat myself up anymore, Lori. We'll make plans for some time this year, definitely, to meet in person. How's that? Okay, so where am I here? Do you guys use stitch markers? What's your favorite stitch marker to use? My favorite are these, let's see here. Which my favorite are these ones here. Those are my favorite. I have them all over. I had some on the floor that I found in between cushions, and have a quick shower and we'll keep you running. Oh, thank you, honey. Danny. I don't even see the emojis on my end. I don't know why. Merry Christmas, Zach. I don't know why I'm not seeing them. Do you all know how I can? Is there a way I'm supposed to be able to see them? Because I just see squares. That's all I see. Okay. That's different. Okay. All right. We'll see you soon, Ursula. You see colors in odd shapes. Yeah, I don't know what the I'm trying to see. I wonder. Okay, I'm just going to do something here. If I see them, see, that's all I see are those little squares on my end. Safety pins. Ah, interesting. Oh, okay. Yeah, I probably would have to do that. Call me, and I've been on the phone with her. Oh, that's okay, Sabrina. Family's first. Oh, well, cool. Yeah, I'm right now. I'm on StreamYard, but I've got it going, so I guess I'd have to look on my phone. Oh well, we'll worry about that another time. Carolyn, is there a certain kind of stitch marker that you like better than another? We've got our delicious turkey in the oven. Now we need to put the potatoes, turnip, and the oh, that sounds wonderful. Yeah, I was going to make ham and macaroni and cheese today. I forgot to set the ham out yesterday, so we're not having ham because it's still frozen. But we have other, I have some taquitos I think I'll probably throw in now. Focus on the kitchen. Then I have to come up and show you all my crocheted gifts from this weekend. Yay! I would love that. I'll see if just remind me when you get back, Lori, because then I will put my link up there again. I don't know how to link it to the top. That's funny, Freaky. You know what? I'm going to tell you something, Zach. I have never had turnips. So I don't think I've ever had turnips. As soon as I get my first, yeah, here we go. Okay. Boston Cornish. Carolyn, you're having Cornish hens. I love Cornish hens. My first husband and I used to do that. We used to have Cornish hens because it was just the two of us, and it didn't warrant making a whole big turkey. To me, it tastes like butternut squash. I like butternut squash. That's good. So I guess I would like turnips, maybe. I guess maybe it depends on how you cook it too, right? I've started watching. Okay, I'm going to pull you guys up a little closer. I've been watching a new to me channel. I've been watching her for about 2 months now. It's called Scandish Home. It's about, I don't even remember what the gal's name is, but she's from Hungary, and I'm pretty sure they live up in Canada, her and her husband. And her channel is all about homemaking skills, and I mean, she keeps house, and I mean, she does crafts, and it's just, she turns her camera on, and you basically she basically just goes about life, so it's really neat. I just sit there and watch her, and every once in a while she'll talk, but most of the time she just has like background music, and it's really neat. That's why Dad is doing that part. Gotcha, Zach. Okay, so is anybody working on anything specific, crocheting wise right now, or like when you're not on here, just out in your life? Tina, Merry Christmas, my friend. Merry Christmas. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. I just decided to come on this afternoon to kind of keep anybody company that maybe might be lonely, or just have a little bit of time that aside, and soon getting back to spinning. Seriously, are you spinning, Freaky? How long have you been doing that? Too much, Petra. You've been crocheting too much? Okay, give me some things that you are working. Just some things. Are you doing certain things for a charity, or are you making like lots of hats, or lots of blankets, lots of something? I adopted a baby. What? Adopted a baby rattle. Oh, I started. I guess it helps when I put my glasses on. Trudy, you adopted a baby? I'm currently working. Oh, wait a minute. I started a baby rattle for my 6-month-old grandson, but now I'm in bed ready for the night. Yes. I'm currently working on a hat we started on Crochet Creations by Christy live this morning. Interesting. That sounds like fun. Oh, that's cool, Freaky. I see my family, hubby's under the weather, so we're staying in and watching football and crocheting, of course. That is so nice. Trudy, if you're leaving, you're headed for bed. I hope you have a wonderful night's sleep. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of your Christmas with me. I really appreciate it. Which way fillet? All right, Denny, I'm so behind the times. I have no idea what that is. Earrings for me and crochet for charity. That's cool, Sabrina. I'm making for my daughter. Top. Nice. Baby items, Amelia says. No, right? No more. No more babies. Oh. All you need now is just grandbabies, right? Next, I need to make a baby blanket. Nice. You didn't? I tell you, I had the best time making gifts. I did not finish my black sweater for my coworker. I did bring it home with me. She actually tried it on and she loves it. She loves the long cardigan I made. But I wanted to put a hat on it and pockets, and I want to put some trim around it. And I just didn't have enough time to sew in the ends either. So I just brought it home and I told her I'll just finish it up this weekend, and I'll bring it to her on Wednesday when I go back to work. But I ran out of yarn. So I have to wait until tomorrow to go to Hobby Lobby to get some more yarn. And while I'm there, I'm thinking if I can find some faux fur, I'm going to use as a trim around the hat. I think that will be a lot of fun. Sabrina, I'm so happy for you. You'll have a lot of things to make, right? Denny, you've been cranking them out, and I know you've been busy with other stuff. All your things and make some room in my home storage containers. Yeah, I get that. I go back and forth. I've got some yarns over here in bins and stuff like that, and I'm debating taking them out again and putting them back on the shelf. Yeah, I'm going to be a grandma again for the 4th time, I think. I think it's 4. My son has 3 children, unless he's had another one, and I don't know. But my oldest daughter will be having her child, I think, in February or March, maybe. Oh, yes, Trudy, that sounds lovely, lovely. I don't have a garage. That is the hardest thing, isn't it, Sabrina? Not having the room to put everything. Yeah, I mean, I would love to be able to make stuff for all my grandkids, but for those of you that don't know, I'm not quote unquote allowed to see or have any contact with my grandchildren. So it's been a trying time. So I think my oldest grandchild, I think, might be like 7, and then the next one 5, and then 3 or 2. I don't know. Oh, Sabrina, don't worry about it. Well, you know what? Just make the girl clothes for a baby girl, and find somebody to gift them to. Congratulations again. I saw Addie Ruth, and she's so cute. Welcome back, Ursula. Sabrina, One girl, 5 boys, another boy coming. Yes. Tycho! Hi, sweetheart. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Yeah, Mama Kay's grandbaby. She showed me a picture. Of course, happy, proud grandma there, Give me something. Take care. Merry Christmas, Freaky. Have a good rest of your day. Oh, I just noticed the time. It's 2:30. I don't know. Is Granny D still planning on doing her live today? I know she did a live yesterday. I wasn't sure if she was going to do one again today. Yeah, Freaky, don't run with scissors, Denny says. Wow, Sabrina, that is a wonderful what do you call it? Quiver of arrows. Best Nana ever. Yay! That is awesome. Is that what they're gonna have Addie call you, Tina? They're gonna call you she's gonna call you Nana. Because I think if I were to have contact with my kids, my grandkids, I would have them call me Oma. Oma, 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 Oma. That's German for grandma. Merry Christmas, Susan. Merry Christmas. Nana and Papa. I like that. Yeah, I would like to be called Oma, and if I would like to, I'm called Alma. See, that's close to Oma, isn't it, Trudy? You had a name picked out. Well, what did you want to be called, Danny? And I want Mr. Happy to be called Opa because that's German for grandfather. That's what I called my mom's parents, Oma and Opa. And that's what my kids and my brother's kids. Yes, it is, right, Trudy? That's what my kids and my brother's kids called my mom and dad. Well, Papa and Oma. Your nephew is half German. Oh, that's kind of cool. Are you close, Sabrina? Okay, I'm back to the beginning. Okay. Well, all right. Opa. That is so cool, Trudy. That is so cool. I'm at this point here in this. I finished this round and I'm at the point where I have to make a decision if I'm just going to go ahead and do. What do you guys think? Should I just continue this round? You don't really have to mark it, do you? You don't have, unless you're. Yeah, I think I'm just going to keep going round and round and round and round instead of. Okay, what do you guys think? So here's the seam. Oh, wait a minute. So here's the seam that I have right here. You see that? And then I have those bobbles. Oh, come on. And so you can see the seam here. And I'm thinking, okay, just keep going around and around and around and around until I think it's enough. What do you think? Sabrina. Not because she would babysit, but he's an adult now in the military. Yes, military is very difficult, isn't it? So what do you guys think? Should I just continue in the round here instead of... Yeah. Okay. And you don't have to put a stitch marker then, right? You don't, and it's on the right side. So I mean, you won't get, you're not going to get the same texture, right? I don't want to do too many rounds just before I say, ooh, no, I don't like the look at that. Oh, okay. Tina, thank you so much, sweetheart. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye. Sabrina, I had been, you can see here, I had been just ending the round and going up and then turning and going around the other way. But now I'm thinking to just go in the round, around and around and around and around. You would just continue in the round, Ursula? That's what you're saying? Just continue. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Even though, I mean, it is going to be a little bit of a transition because I have those bobbles there. So even if the texture looks a little bit different, right? Pinto beans, Spanish rice, and salsa. There you go. Is that your traditional Christmas dinner, Diana? Yeah. Yeah, what time is dinner? We'll be there. We got people wanting to come for dinner. Yeah, I think I'm just going to make some taquitos. They're frozen. I'll just stick them in the oven and... Yeah. Did you just have turkey for Thanksgiving? We usually do turkey for Thanksgiving and ham for Christmas. Well, sometimes when I was with Mom and when we used to like doing something different for Christmas, like we would either make it like an Italian night or Mexican night, or we would do a German night or day where we would have all traditional German foods. We had a leg of lamb and gammon. What's gammon, Ursula? I don't know what gammon is. We had rice for dinner last night. Today we just had sandwiches of the leftover meats. I don't know what gammon is. It does sound delicious, though. I have never had leg of lamb. Entomatados. Is that how you pronounce it? Entomatados? Entomatados. Smoked pork. Ooh, that sounds amazing. That sounds amazing. Yes. Oh, sandwiches. Yes. I tell you what, sometimes the leftovers, in my opinion, sometimes leftovers is nicer than uh, the real meal. And I think the reason is because you're stressing so much about the meal, and you just don't seem to enjoy it very much. Does that make sense? And so when you have leftovers, it's like you can enjoy the meal. Oh, that sounds so delicious. Oops, I did that wrong. See, I'm so used to going up, joining and then going, going up that. All right, a question. Does anybody have plans, or is there something that they usually do between Christmas and New Year's to either prep for the new year or wrap up the old year? Is there something that you normally do during that time? Now, I usually like to get out my calendar and do all of my goals and my planning and all that kind of stuff. Is there anybody else that does that? Or do you have something else that you do? Jack Reacher. Oh, that sounds fun. The third season of Jack Ryan came out on Prime, and so started watching that third season. I love it. It's a little bit raw, but I like the storylines. I think maybe it's because my ex-husband used to be in the Secret Service, and we used to always watch those kinds of movies. No plans for me, only trying to get organized. Yes, planning with a calendar plan. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's the time a lot of people like getting out their new calendars, filling them out, making sure all the birthdays are in there, right? That's a great idea. Do you do stuff like, do you have goals, Ursula, like something in your craft, like I want to learn how to do such and such this year, or um I want to try to save a certain amount of money to do such and such. Yeah. When you have that kind of background, Sabrina, it's um you tend to like those kinds of movies, don't you? I like them. I like those political thrillers. Mr. Happy is not that kind of person. He does not want to watch any of that kind of stuff. Oh, okay. So do you just work 2 months in advance? Is that how you do it? Oh, yes. Oh, I that to me, Ursula, caking up your own yarns, to me, that is so therapeutic. Just, oh, it feels so good. Okay, Diana. I love caking up. In fact, I get going and I'm like, okay, now I got to use this jar. Sometimes I'm like caking up and it just gets in a, I just get in a mode. Does anybody use anything specific? I believe it's Tunisian, Denny. Does anybody use anything specific for your planning or your calendars, whether you have a channel or not? Or your personal life. Do you use anything specific? Do you have a day timer or day planner or one of those new things? What are the happy planners? Anybody do any of those things? Okay, Sabrina, love you, girl. Thank you so much for joining me for even a little bit. I appreciate it. Yeah, those two. Isn't it funny, Ursula, when you do C2C, it's like when you're getting bigger, it's like, oh my goodness, this is taking forever. And then all of a sudden you get to that point and then you're going down and go, whoa, this is going fast. Oh no. Okay. Lori, you just tell me when you're ready, okay? And I'll put my link up. Well, here, I'll just go ahead and put it up now anyway. Yeah. One in the kitchen, one in your office, one in your son's room. So everything relevant gets noted on that dentist appointment and go on the calendar. Yeah, there you go. I am using, I'm going to be using a couple different, well, they're not all planners per se. What I'm going to do is I've got one that is a actual calendar, and that's all it has on it is the calendar. Okay, Diana, thank you. And then what I do is I'll have all of my events on there, and then I'll take that and I'll set it next to a different book, a different notebook, and then I'll like go by what's going on that month. There she is. Hold on. Hey, Lori. Let's take a look. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
I can. Let me put you on solo so I can see all these wonderful things. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll start with the best one.
Okay. I bet they're all amazing.
This is the book I was saying my son got for me.
Oh, yes. Okay.
It's really cool. And I was watching Nova Gnome Creations. I don't know if anybody knows her, but she's been in her Vlogmas been doing a
snowflake a day
out of this book. And so he was in here watching with me, and I was like, that is such a cool book. I'd love to have that. And he just kind of said, oh yeah, that's a pretty snowflake she made. I said, yep.
That is awesome.
About 2 weeks later, the day before yesterday, when we opened our gifts, that was what he got for me. I thought that was just so sweet.
That is so nice.
Mm-hmm. And then my mother-in-law got me this one.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. Yes.
So that's thick.
That's a thick one. Yeah.
Yeah. Because and the same kind of thing. I had said to her that I needed to get a book to learn how to change up borders because I liked to do blankets, but I didn't always want to use a pattern, and I wasn't good at like, oh, I like this pattern, this edge on this pattern, and putting on this blanket from this other pattern. And so I'm hoping this book will help me learn how I can change a border to something I like better.
Yeah, and I think
making up my own blanket.
Book, and I think some of those you can even do what's the word I'm trying to say? add on to, like you can pick out 2 different borders if they have the same stitch count, and you can do one on top of another on top of another.
Yeah. And then this was in my stocking at my in-laws' house, and it's a little travel set of hooks. It's just these
Oh, that is so nice.
ones, but it's got like a little thing here with stitch markers.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
a whole ton of needles. And I think I could probably also stick a little seam ripper or something in there.
Yeah.
So I have just a full set to travel with.
Oh, that's amazing. Now, I don't know if you can you still see the comments?
No, let me,
Okay.
oh wait, let me turn on comments over here.
Because
Okay.
Ursula said she has that same borders book.
Oh, does she? Yeah.
Yeah, she loves it.
Yeah. I usually just do, like if I'm making up, sometimes I'll want to learn a stitch. And so I will just grab my scraps and make squares to learn stitches before I do them in like a bigger project to see if I really want to do a whole big project like that.
Yeah.
And so then I'll connect those squares, and then I usually just put, just a single crochet, double crochet border or something like that on it and call it a day. And then I donate the blanket.
Awesome.
But sometimes they turn out so pretty. I'm like, this needs more. Like, because I'm doing, it's got all these
fancy. It needs something more fancy.
Right. The double crochet borders with them just look kind of black.
Yeah.
It kind of takes away something from all those pretty stitches.
Right.
I guess.
Yeah. I noticed that, sometimes like a lot of people, if it's like a granny square blanket, they put a granny square border around it. I'm like, okay, that's a lot of granny, so I like that contrast. So instead of having a granny stitch border, do something like a shell or something wavy or something to, like a contrasting type of stitch.
The last one I did, I was doing a bunch of lacy, like not lacy, but like open stitches.
Uh-huh.
And the thickness of the fabric seemed thinner. So when I did my usual just a single crochet, then a double crochet border, the border looked too thick and heavy, and it just seemed like it was pulling in whatever at the stitches.
Yeah.
And so that's partly what so many of these are so like lacy like.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any on the front cover that are like it, but even this is like a little, oh no, what am I going? Right. This one.
Yeah. Or even the other one
like backwards. Yeah. This one is what I'm trying to point at.
Right. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, those would be kind of nice for like a lighter type stitch pattern, right?
Yep. And I have some baby girls that are coming into my family and my life that I want to make pretty white or off-white christening blanket type things.
Oh, yeah.
And so I wanted those fancier borders.
Oh, that'll be pretty. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm looking terrible, Ursula. I've got no makeup on and my hair's all pulled back because I haven't washed it today or anything.
Oh, that's all right. You know what? we're just being real, Lori. We're just being real.
You can see my new yarnscape back there. I just the other day moved the living room around to try to make room for a Christmas tree, and I never did get the tree in here. I have like a small little tree I inherited from my mom I wanted to put in here with her ornaments, but
not this year.
I never never did it. It wasn't like a hard thing. It just was a time thing.
Yeah.
So
is it just gonna be it'll wait till next year, right?
It'll still be there next year. Mm-hmm. We put some of her ornaments on the regular tree. So but anyway, I rearranged my yarn so that it's in projects. It's like I have gotten a pattern and bought yarn for it and still haven't done it, or I had a bunch of yarn and I was like, oh, this will go with that pattern I've been wanting to do. So it's like all back there in projects. It doesn't look that pretty.
So is it like, do you have them in like separate bags, or do you have the
No.
pattern with it or something?
Yeah, they're just in the shelf. Like all the yarn for this pattern is in here. Then I slid the pattern in between the yarn.
Mm-hmm. That's a great idea.
And so that's what my goals for, or challenges or plans, or whatever word you want to use.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to work my stash. And like I said, my word is simplify.
Yeah.
I want.
Isn't that funny though? We all say that at the beginning of the year, and then by June, when Hobby Lobby's clearance goes on, it's like that goes down the tube sometimes, you know.
I was really good this year. I was like,
Were
okay.
you?
This year I was like, no yarn unless it's for a specific project or a specific gift. Like if I have something that I'm working on and I run out, I can get more to finish it.
Yeah.
Or if someone asks me to make them something and I don't already have the yarn for it, I can buy for that.
Right.
I just like gave myself rules for when and if I could buy. Only one time did I kind of go off the rails, and that was when Michaels had a whole bunch of what is that stuff called? It was actually Red Heart Soft or something.
Okay.
In just like real basic colors. And so I bought a whole bunch of red and gray and white.
I've never heard. Wait a minute. Red Heart Soft?
I think that's what it's called. I don't know. It's downstairs because it's not part of a project right now. It's just something I picked up because I had used the yarn before. And that's the other thing. I had been buying yarn just because it was on sale, but I really didn't have a plan or whatever.
Yeah. So Ursula says, I was destashing all this year. Maybe I would buy a ball or so to finish a project, but otherwise I was destashing like crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. So this year I was like, okay, just stop adding to the chaos.
Right. Yeah.
So I think I did pretty well, and I used quite a bit.
Yeah.
And then when I was
how do you stop yourself from doing that? I mean, do you watch videos where people are like buying a whole bunch and showing? No,
I don't watch all videos.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad when people like post, oh, it's such and such haul. I just don't
watch it.
Watch it. Skip that one. Or I'll put it on and walk away so they get their watch hours.
Oh, yeah.
I don't actually get,
That makes sense. I mean, yeah, because that's the time where you're like, oh, I don't have anything like that in my stash. Or I've never bought anything from that company. Maybe I better get some from that company.
I don't read the emails. The email comes in, I just delete all the sale emails and things.
Well, do you even so do you don't want to unsubscribe to those videos?
To the emails, you mean?
Or to the emails, I mean, yeah.
No, because if something comes up that actually I don't delete them right away, because if somebody contacts me and says, I need this, can you make, or I want to buy this thing, can you make this thing for me?
Right.
And I either want to make more money in making it, or I want to not have to charge too much, then I want to get it on sale.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Hold on, my head. Spence, I'm on a live. I was showing the ladies the book you got me and telling the story about how sweet you are.
That is sweet. That is very sweet.
What else? I don't go to the clearance department. Like when I go to the stores, I only go get what I'm in there for. I don't look at the clearance.
So Ursula also says, how I do it is to look at the yarn I've gotten and to find a pattern for it or gift it and then make, oh my goodness, I'm trying to do two things at once, and then make a project and on to the next one so the shelves clear out. That's exactly what I started doing, Ursula. I started doing that very same thing because it's like if you find a project, you inevitably you're like, I don't have enough of that one color, so I have to get another, or I don't have enough of that fiber, and or whatever it is. And it's like you feel like you're always having to get something else. So to go to your stash first, then see, okay, that's enough to make a sweater. That's enough to make a hat. That's enough to make a whatever. Then I go and find the pattern for the actual yarn that I have. Denny says, oh well, I normally only buy for a project. When the Hobby Lobby sale, I could only bought 4 balls of Arabella yarn on purpose, and there was a lot on sale. That's cool. Yeah. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it.
I don't shop at Hobby Lobby. I don't go there. So
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Now I do like their yarn. I just don't ever go there.
Yeah.
I get overwhelmed in there.
Oh, yeah.
It's
It's
too
easy
much.
to do, right? Yeah, that is easy to do.
So-
Yeah. Hobby Lobby, that's one of those places where I need to give myself guidelines when I go in. Like I need a wool that is a number 3 in this color, and if they don't have it, I just leave. Or I need one more skein of this. That's why working on that black sweater, I know I need one more black skein of yarn and some black fur. That's all I'm going in there for. I'm not going to look at anything else because I know I'll end up finding a reason to buy it.
Yeah. If I have a certain color or yarn or whatever, maybe I'll order it online.
Yeah.
But I usually end up, I'm like, I don't want to pay shipping. So I'll text my friends if anybody's going to Hobby Lobby, or my sisters.
Oh, that's a great idea.
If you're going and they have this, will you pick it up for me?
That's a great idea.
So
if Ursula says, if I clear about 3 shelves, then I give myself permission to buy more if I have money or I'm in a position to do it. Otherwise, de-stash again until a certain amount of the shelves is clear. That's a great way to do it. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, when I needed to move these shelves out of the way to try to make room for the little table with the Christmas tree on it, I took everything off, and as I was putting it back on, I was like, oh yeah, I bought this for that, and I never made it. And then I have one of those little carts over here, and I was either catching like a deal for a free pattern, or somebody, a designer I liked, had released something new, and I was like, oh, I really like that. I want to make that. Right. Or I knew I had some yarn somewhere that pattern would work well with, and so I bought it, and then I was printing it and just shoving it on this cart over here, and there's no rhyme or reason.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I was like, okay, this looks messy now in my nicely organized room. I need to organize those.
You got to figure out a way that works for you to be able to use your own stash. And, some people like to shop their own stash by getting a pattern and trying to use their own creativity to try to say, okay, this is calling for 1,200 yards of a 4-weight yarn in acrylic, and instead of doing it a single color, maybe they'll use and do a color block kind of thing, which that would work, but I have so much. It's like I've got to use up some of it, and as much as like you said, sometimes you buy the yarn and you don't think about you buy the yarn for a specific project, but then you don't have time to get around to that project right then, so you just set it aside and forget about it. And then so I started getting those 2.5 gallon size Ziploc bags, putting all the yarn in it with the pattern that I had wanted to use with it. That way it's set aside. I know I've got that yarn for that project, and when I get around to it, I get around to it. Right.
Well, I'm also, if I can't see it, it's not there.
Yes.
So putting things like in project bags, I forget about them.
Right. Exactly. Out of sight, out of mind. Right. Yeah.
So that's why I didn't put them in boxes or bags or or anything. I just left it on the shelf, partially because that's just where I put it, and it's in my front room here. It's in my living room.
And that's why I like using those Ziploc bags, because they're clear and you know it's all together there and you see it. Mm-hmm. So, and sometimes do you ever start a project based on your mood? You know, like, I'm not in a mood to make another blanket. I want to make a shawl. Let's go on the shelf and see if I have any shawl stuff put together that I could just knock out a quick shawl. You ever do that?
Yes. And I had all these projects going on that probably needed to be finished, but we went to Florida and I was going to be riding in the backseat of a small SUV. And so I'm like, oh, I need something small that I can do, that I can pick up and put down, but I can't use this. The one thing I did buy, I let myself buy because I'd never done it before. And I just really fell in love with it. I was like, okay, I'm going to let myself have this. I bought a Ophelia Talks kit.
A what?
Ophelia Talks.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Which one did she do just recently? Everything was named after flowers.
A jam?
Jam Jar Happiness. Yes. I bought that kit.
Uh-huh.
And so I thought I was going to take that on the trip. And so I had that in the back. And then I also thought, but if that's too big, I need like a smaller project. And I've been trying to learn to knit. So I was trying to knit a hat because that was small. It could fit in the back seat. But I just kept messing that up. And so I had taken a couple of balls of yarn. And even though I had that huge blanket that I needed to be working on, it just was too much for the back seat.
Yeah.
So I had bought I bought a mystery box at some point.
Okay.
Or not a mystery box. I rescued some yarn off of a Facebook.
I like that you rescued some yarn. I rescued
some yarn from a Facebook post.
Uh-huh.
And so I had thrown a couple of those in there for, if I needed something to do, whatever.
Do you have a favorite yarn weight? Do you have a favorite yarn weight?
DK or Force.
Uh-huh.
Just mostly because I
still
consider myself kind of learning. Like I just started right before the pandemic hit.
Really?
I had been doing a lot of work on myself. I'd been through some things and I'd been going through some therapy, and all of my hobbies were outdoor centric. So like bike riding and gardening were outdoor centric. And I can do yoga at home, but it's not the same as like going to a studio and whatever. But I was like, okay, it's getting cold. I need something that I can do for this fidgety anxiety stuff. And so I need a craft, and also something, portable, because I have other crafts I do. It's just not as portable. And so I went to the store, Michael's, I think, and was looking for some kind of new craft I could do. And I saw in the clearance bin a crochet kit. And I thought, well, let me try that again. Because I had tried it as a kid. My mom, my grandma, both of my sisters all tried to teach me how to crochet and knit. And I just would never sit still long enough.
Yeah.
When I was a young person, as a kid.
Yeah.
So anyway, so it was December of 2019. It was like the week between Christmas and New Year's of 2019 that I bought that kit and started watching YouTube to figure out what the kit was trying to tell me.
Yeah.
So I still kind of consider myself new. So I mostly use, and I mostly have 3, 4s, and 5s.
Yeah. Yeah. And having enough, yarn for a small project in a 4 weight is a whole lot different than having enough yarn for a small project in a 1 weight.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I asked. So Ursula said doing a blanket or something with squares would have been good for that small space.
Yes. Yes. I thought about that too. But what I'm going to do now, because every year we go there, there's a cute little local yarn shop.
Yeah.
And they have a whole section of hand-dyed yarns, a whole shelving area
Yeah.
of yarn that is hand-dyed yarns from local people. And they are usually, actually, they're local people, but they're usually from other places too.
Mhm.
So, excuse me, my birthday is right before we leave. And my mother-in-law usually gives me money to go shopping there. And then I buy a hank or two of hand-dyed yarn made locally.
Yeah,
I
that's
get dyed
cool.
locally.
Yeah.
And so I think that now that's why I wanted this, is I'm just going to take this with me and one small project for the car down. And then I'm
Yeah.
going to go spend my birthday money right at the beginning.
Yeah. And
And
then
I'll have
use
any
that.
hook I need, you
Yeah.
know.
That's
Well,
a
I guess
great idea.
because none of the hand dyed yarns are, they're usually um, smaller weight yarns.
Yes.
And so that's
That's a
probably
great
what I'm gonna do.
idea. That's a great idea. So we got some comments here. Sabrina says, I need to get outdoors bad. I've been in my home ever since COVID, except for when I go to the doctor's appointments because I almost died. Oh my goodness.
Mhm.
Sabrina, good grief. Ah,
My coworker was in a similar situation. She was in the hospital for 2 months and almost died, and so she's very anxious in
yeah.
crowds. We had to go to a governor's luncheon a couple weeks ago, which was in a football field. The whole football field was covered with tables, and there were that many people there.
Mm-hmm.
And she was just very anxious, which where she was wearing a mask, but
Yeah.
it was a meet and greet thing.
Yeah,
And
that
so,
takes a lot out of you.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she was wearing a mask, and I wore a mask too, just for her comfort, more or less. She wouldn't be the only one wearing a mask, and she actually wasn't. There were a lot of people still doing it, wearing masks, and I was trying to get like in there and do the whole elbow bump thing, or
Yeah.
just mostly for her benefit. But I also knew I was going to be visiting family. My in-laws are older, so I didn't want to be spreading things around. We had missed
Right.
already.
Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
been together for Christmas for 3 years because somebody, either it was just the first year, it was like nobody felt like it was a good idea.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I understand.
So, and then in the last 2 years, somebody had been sick with something. So, yeah.
I'm sorry. Ursula said, I can't believe you only started such a short time ago. You're doing great.
Thanks, Ursula.
Yeah. And Sabrina said something about, the grandsons, her grandson's called. Okay. All right. Anybody else have anything they want to talk about? Because I'm starting to feel very kind of
Drained.
nauseous and drained, very much so. I don't know. It's funny when I'm on the computer and I'm seeing people on the computer. I don't know if it's doing something to my brain, but like I'm feeling kind of like dizzy and nauseous after a while. Like right now,
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling kind of nauseous for some reason. I don't know why.
Huh.
And it has just been since mom's death. It's like getting on the computer and just staring at a screen. It's like, yeah, I don't feel well.
Have you talked to your counselor and your doctor about that?
I haven't talked to my doctor because I can't get in with her until next year
Right.
for another couple weeks. So, yeah, I will though, because I told her about my sleep. I have problems sleeping. So she upped my sleeping meds so that I could sleep through the night. So, but it's just going to take time because I think my problem is that I'm processing a lot of the stuff at night in my subconscious. And so when I wake up, I feel very drained, and I feel like I don't want to talk about anything because I guess I'm dealing with it on a different level. I don't know if that even makes sense, but
It does, totally. Yeah, well, you better go.
yeah, I
You can always
will.
come back on if you feel later and are bored or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm gonna head out for a while. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I might come back on later on tonight. Who knows? Thank you, Lori, for popping up with me.
You're welcome. Hope you feel better.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Bye, everybody.